Hey guys, it's Russell back with DieselGiant.com, and on today's video I am going to be showing you how to replace the filter element inside a Trasko Bypass filter. This is the Trasko Bypass filter, the box. I installed this on the 98 Jetta Tdi back in 2006 and ran it up to about 2012. I took it off because I didn't have an element handy when I needed to do my oil change, and also my oil cooler was leaking and I thought that it was the filter. But turns out I just threw it in a box and forgot about it after I started using some other oil filters, and I actually found this again. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be servicing this filter, and it takes a cellulose filter element, and inside this box you get from Trasko is your two O-rings. There's an O-ring on the top and there's an O-ring in the center, and you've got your cellulose medium. Also, when you get your Trasko filter, you should get a nice wrench to service this. So this is fairly easy to do. The first thing you want to do is pop off the gasket. This is what fits up against the filter boss. Then we want to take this large nut loose, and the filter housing and nut come off just like that. Okay, so this is a machined aluminum piece. So be very careful when you reinsert it back, but this comes out like this. Okay, now this portion right here that came off, actually it doesn't twist off, it really pulls off, and what holds that is this right here. But as I said before, this has been on so long I was able to just barely clamp it in the vise and pop it loose. So once you take this apart, you're going to see there's a screen inside here. And you're going to pull that screen out like that, okay? And what I'm going to do off camera is spray this out with some brake fluid cleaner. I just wanted to show you how this comes apart. Now, right here, this middle part unscrews from the base. Okay, pulls out just like that. It's got threads on the inside, and then the cellulose medium should come out. I'm gonna have to grab some pliers because it's hard to do this with my gloves on. Well, we'll try a screwdriver. You should just be able to. There we go. It's a little hard to grab a hold of because it fits so snugly. So this just pulls completely out like that. And what I recommend that you do anytime that you do this is you inspect the medium. Now this filter was run for about 10,000 miles. And I've done oil analysis reports, sent the samples to the labs and stuff every time I did this, so and they always came back wonderful. But you know, some people are afraid of using cellulose, but when cellulose is immersed in oil, it gets extremely strong. Okay, this is not going to come apart like you would think toilet paper does in your commode. So very, very, very efficient way to filter your oil. And then we will just clean out the housing with our brake fluid cleaner. Now I do want to note there is a gasket, there's a little O-ring in here that's included in the kit. So there's two O-rings, or one O-ring in the gasket, and then the filter element. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to go ahead and clean this out. And also, I don't know if you can see, but there's another screen, mesh screen in the bottom that fits on the very bottom. So I'm going to do this off camera, and we'll come back and I'll show you how to reassemble everything once it's cleaned up. Alright, so I've got everything cleaned. Again, you can use brake parts cleaner, you can use carb cleaner, you can use starting fluid, which is actually my preferred method because it's ether. It evaporates very quickly. But in any event, the way that we reassemble it, we take the body of the Trasko, and we're going to take our screen and drop it right down in there, just like that. Then we're going to take our top cap, which is right here. This is the most difficult part of this whole job. There is a very fine groove right along in there, and this O-ring must go into that groove. And you're going to think that the O-ring is the wrong size. You will think that the O-ring is too big, but it will fit in there. So just once you get it in the groove, go ahead and just press around with your finger like this. And make sure it's all the way in that groove. Okay? Now once that's done, you've got this portion right here, which is the tube. We're going to screw that back on here, okay? And you can use the hook on this to just snug it down, okay? Just needs to be snug so you can't undo it by your hand. Next, we're going to take our cellulose element and very gently slide it down and push it down, and it will seat just below the lip of the housing body. Then we want to take our screen here, our top screen, and it fits right down like that. Alright, so I've got just a tiny bit of oil. I'm going to make sure that this is lubricated all the way around. Alright, so I'm just going to place this over the top. And then I'm going to take our locking, call this the locking nut bypass valve, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll take our wrench Now what this is doing is it's drawing the top of the filter down, and hopefully that O-ring is sealing properly. Okay, so I'm just putting it on snug. You see there's very little gap around there. It's all uniform. Okay, now the only other thing is there's a top and a bottom to this. If you'll see this, it has a small groove which corresponds to the groove on the Trasko. It just pushes down just like that. Alright, so this filter is now ready to go back in service. I hope this video was helpful. If you are interested in the Trasko bypass filters for your car, you can check on their website. I don't sell them, but I'll put a link down in the description box to their website. Like I said, I have this one was in service for 6 years, and I'm very pleased with it. So on a future video, I'll show you how to do install of this, which is very easy, and I will see you guys on the next video.